What's happening, YouTube? Yes, we're back to discuss the finale of BMF, one of the hottest TV shows that has come on Star. They did a great job on this series, and I got the whole crew with me. I got Nita the Diva, I got Moochie Channel who hang with the fellas, and then down below I got the big homie J-Mo who has informed me that the after party is going to be going on his channel when we get off in about an hour. So if you're listening to the sound of my voice, be sure to subscribe, like, and join J-Mo and his panel when we get done here. My crew, how y'all doing tonight?
All right.
All good, all good. Glad to be here as always. Ready to talk about this show. This show was fire. A lot better than I thought it would be. I'm glad they changed it up for TV purposes. Normally, I like to keep things authentic to the story in real life, but so much of this story was told, and a lot of these people, was still alive. So, as far as the way the TV world go, we like closure. We like to see the bad guys get it in the end. In real life, that don't always happen. So I'm glad they did kind of TV it up a little bit and let us see, what happened TV wise. A lot of times I'll be saying, man, they didn't even keep it accurate, this, that, and the other. But this, I'm glad they kept saying it's loosely based.
Right.
To let people know they're doing it on purpose. Every episode, make sure they leave it for a few seconds. It's loosely based. Calm y'all that down.
But some of this ish really happened. That's what.
Right. Some of it happened, but some of it didn't. It's loosely. Chill.
Yeah. So now Moochie sent me this. So of course, Moochie, I'm going to share it with everybody.
All right.
Moochie sent me this to just let y'all know there's a farewell ceremony for Catherine Kato, Ada, and Lamar Silas, born in 1960. But Moochie, I'm about to bust your bubble.
What?
Kato is officially dead. The rumor I'm going to give y'all is Lamar might not be dead.
I don't think so either. He got a gut shot. They might have
shot him in the gut. They ran away
last night.
Yeah, and we didn't see what happened to the body. Now, Kato got shot in the face.
Didn't I say he was gonna go away from the? I was saying the old gunshot wound, but I said he gonna go away and he gonna come back with a vengeance.
And he still might. And you guys have got to know that the fanfare surrounding this this villain, if you will, 50 and all of them done seen it. They seen it, and the way that they've shot him lets you know that there's a potential for him to come back. Big potential for him to come back. And the way the fans was engaged with this particular antagonist, I don't see how you don't at some point in time, maybe the last episode of next season, have him pop his head out from behind a corner and start singing and shit. I don't know how you don't do that.
Right.
Something like that got to happen. And for those of you that wanted to see the real Lamar in real life, that's Lamar Silas in real life. And the real person that was Kato is this young, well, I can't say she's young, I'm say middle-aged lady right here. Had to pump my brow. I was about to call her the young lady. She might get mad at me.
So Kato ain't died either.
No, Kato's still alive in real life too. Both of them are still alive. So,
and that's the way of having Meech kill people on show is that he killed people that ain't really dead. And that way, it don't really make him look bad too. Because I didn't think they would have him kill people since he alive. But if you kill people that's still alive, hey man, that's a TV show. I ain't killed nobody.
It's TV. Right. I told everybody that these hoodism and these rumors that you believe in that folks can't kill folks, and it's all fiction, man. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. And like J-Mo said when we started, the writers and the producers was very hip to saying every single episode, this is loosely based on the facts. Loosely based. And they did a good job of blending the truth with their own addiction to the fiction. So I enjoyed it, man. And if I had to rank it, and I'm going to ask you guys, if you had to rank all the shows 50 has put on Stars, where would you rank this one? And I'll start with you, Nita. So, you've got the original Power, you've got Book 2, you've got Raising Canaan, you've got this. Where would you rank this among 50 shows?
It's so hard because Power started out so strong and it just kind of like petered out. And so I kind of have to ding it for that. Raising Canaan, I love that one. That's number one for me, unfortunately.
Raising Canaan
is number one.
You came along slow with that too. You ended up liking it the most, huh?
Yeah. I really like that just all the way.
I like it a lot too, though. That was a good show.
Yeah, I enjoyed BMF. It took me a while to get into it, but I don't know if I could say that it's number two. I guess I could say that Power Book 1, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that number two. Yep, okay. And then I'm gonna put BMF number 3, and I'm gonna put Book 2 number 4.
Okay, J-Mo, how would you rank it? How would you rank BMF in your list of power in the 50 universe?
Man, that's a good question. So, Power got so many seasons, but if I was to go split it in half, because they had 6 seasons?
Yeah.
So Power 1 through 3, I would probably put.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
I would say, probably Raising Canaan I would go with first as well. I really liked that show. That was good. It was solid. It wasn't too much dramatics. I would say maybe BMF, but it's only been 1 season, but it was a great 8 episodes. I like how they put it together. Power 1 through 3, I might slide that in. Maybe, let's see, second. So maybe Raising Canaan first, Power 1 through 3 second, BMF third, then Power 3 through 6, and then I will put in Tawweek.
Oh Lord,
WEAK. I put Tawweek and Ghost, Book 2, Ghost last out of all of the
Okay.
the what they call it, the PCU instead of the MCU, the PCU, Power Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, the PCU. So Moochie, how would you rank them? What's your ranking, Moochella?
I would rank them as Power got me hooked in.
Okay.
So
you would put Power all together, or would you split it?
I'm gonna up until the last season. Up until the last season, because I was disappointed the way they did Ghost, the way they turned him into a bad guy like that at the end. Like I know he's a bad guy, but it's just they changed his character, and I didn't like how they did Tasha at the end either. And as far as because they made her revert back to a bird. I'm still pissed off at that.
Little pigeon.
And when we talk about that, I'm gonna tell you another thing why I was pissed off last night too with last night's episode. But anywho, with that and with Raising Canaan, I got into that because that was my era. So I would have to go with that as number 1, Power number 2, and then Ghost.
Wow. So for me, since I've only had of all these series, I'm just gonna go by the first season. So for me, I'm going Raising Canaan number 1 because I'm going on the strength of what has produced in 1 season. And we only got 1 season of Raising Canaan. So I'm gonna go with that number 1. Then I'm gonna go with BMF, a strong number 2, almost about to get in the number 1 spot.
You know, I didn't even mention them. Now that you said that, I forgot all about them. But I put them between Power and that would be my third choice.
Okay, Power would be my third choice.
Ghost last.
Yeah,
Power
Lamont, season 1.
Be Power together, choice. Or you splitting it? Okay, season 1. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just doing it by season 1. I'm going by what came out for 1 season and hit hard. What did I enjoy the most? What invoked the most emotion out of me?
Yeah.
Definitely Raising Canaan and definitely BML. Now, don't get me wrong, my people. I did like Power season 1. I really did. It was good. But these 2 shows, first season was better. in my opinion. That was it. So let's get into this review, man. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be all over the place. We kind of doing a round table. We're going to jump from spot to spot. And of course, I'm going to start out with the homegirl, Moochie. So Moochie.
Welcome back.
You got
I've
that
been
right.
back
Welcome
too,
back.
I just gotta put up some videos. I'm still kind of, but I'm back though.
Moochie, what does look mean?
You got adjustments to make, yeah.
Huh?
What that look mean, Moochie? When a woman looking at you like that, what it mean?
Motherfucker, if you don't put my stuff down,
that ain't the look. That's the look of. That's okay. I know what you're talking about. You talking about MF if you don't pull your pants down. That's the look you talking about right there.
Yeah, she was trying to give it to him.
Thank you, Nita. Thank you,
Terry and her's gonna mess around.
It's gonna happen.
Look at that 5 head. Look at that 5 head.
That 5
and I can't talk. I honestly can't talk, but the angle is like
here you go.
Yeah.
But Nita, she got you beat, Nita. And look, you got your hair pulled back. She ain't even got her hair pulled back. And
I know she just got a peek of it showing, and it's like, wow.
Bruh. She up there looking like Jigsaw. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I can't with you.
She is fine, Gemini.
Girls with that
She's
big
pretty,
forehead.
She's
fine.
Cute.
Ain't nobody think she wasn't fine.
Just because you got a big forehead don't mean you're ugly.
Right,
Just because you show movies on this screen don't mean you ain't pretty.
There is stuff below the forehead. Like the chick ain't got special needs now.
No, she look good though.
So Moochie, in that scene, that was when Terry brought Big L. And she was very upset. I mean, she pulled guns on Meech, sent Meech ass up out of it. She don't want to have nothing to do with Meech.
Yeah, Terry bought Meech?
Yes. But Terry was able to soothe everything. He got the bricks they needed. And then she walked away and gave him that look and said, there's other business we can get into. I said, damn, boy. She just basically telling you there's other beds we can get into too, Moochie. So talk to us about that scene, Mooch.
Look, she don't like me. She don't like the flashiness. She don't like the flamboyancy that he projects. And he's too loud. And she feel like it's only a matter of time before he bring everything down. She just don't like that he's too flashy. His cocky confidence really pisses her off.
J-Mo jumping on in there. Thoughts on Big L, all her extravagant, exotic artwork, and how she gonna give it to T? Because she gonna give it to her. Now, mind you, she looking at this boy, he underage, and she clearly got to be about 35.
Yeah, I mean, she got a head, but she looking to get some head from T pretty soon. I mean, but she not only gonna teach him the dope game, she gonna teach him, you know what I'm saying, how to work the middle in the paint, you know what I'm saying? Teach him the freak game too. But no, that look right. They both needed to sip on some tea on that one right there. They're like,
we caught you, Moochie. We caught you.
Hey, boy, you're gonna make him a little student up in there, you know what I'm saying? But no, man, I think that look, she was a little pissed right there. Like, you know what? You didn't talk yourself out the draws almost over here. You better listen, boy, when I tell you what to do. And Meech, Meech, although she did check him, Meech was right because she ended up giving up that work and he paid the money. So he came at her a little improper and he a little immature messing with stuff. She had to come at him like Malcolm X. Get your hand out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? messing with her shit. But you know what I'm saying? He ended up, getting his way. And I think Terry gonna come a little more correct, and I think they gonna get it together. She gonna probably make him, punish him by making him give her a tongue lashing or two. So we'll see.
Hey, He gonna get to see them grown woman cheetah draws, because you know them old heads used to wear cheetah draws back in the day. Nita, jump on in there, finish this one on out. Since you want to talk about y'all foreheads synchronizing and stuff, go ahead and finish this
out.
No, what stood out about this episode, I mean this particular sequence, was Meech immaturity and how he kind of disrespectfully went in there and he was like tossing valuables up in the air. And I'm like, you keep on just proving her point of why she doesn't want to work with you.
Right.
And so
he better slow down because he don't want to butt heads.
Exactly. He don't want to mess up the opportunity that Terry has. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, because that's his lifeline. That's his lifeline now.
Exactly. Yeah. It's crazy. And then the look, and I think that stern look was like, telling him that the opportunities are open, but you have to respect the terms of the agreement. And on the first meetup, we disrespecting it, like, you know what I'm saying? But you dealing with kids, you know what I'm saying?
That's how she looked like. Boy, I told your ass.
Right, you had to put the mama face on for a minute, like
right. Get your ass up out the thing.
Right. I was just like, it was a mess though. But she did imply that it could go anywhere. So I listened to what's not being said.
Exactly.
So,
see, Anita, when things aren't said, my big mouth like to say them. So basically what she was saying is that stuff that T shoot out of his penis, he might be able to use that to spray paint on her body since she like artwork so much. Paint. Dibba, dabba. That's what she's trying to tell him. He's going to be Picasso all over that body. That's what she's trying to tell him. So I'm going to come to you now. Let's see. I'm going to come to you, J-Mo, because they left us with several cliffhangers. All right. Several. And none bigger than this one right here. Coach Cop has done put B. Mickey in a quandary. Do you feel me? A quandary. He's got the gun that we've been saying the whole season shot J-Mo. It was revealed then. And now you done shot Kato with the same gun. And Coach Cop is desperate to take Meech down. J-Mo, how this thing gonna shake out?
Yeah, man, he should have tried not to shoot me with that gun. Get rid of that damn gun. That's what you get. The ghost of J-Mo returns. No, man, he's gonna snitch on Meech. And Meech gonna end up having to kill him in the next season because he's pretty much stuck in bad situation, especially if they didn't even link that gun killed Kato yet. Which
yes, they did. Coach Cop
did.
Said it. Yeah, Coach Cop said it.
That was the first name. It was a name before.
Right.
J-Mo that
he said her real name. He said her real name.
That was Kato's real name.
Yeah, that was Kato's real name. Yeah.
That's what threw me off. So he's screwed because it got multiple bodies on it. And he young, so he could look at basically spending the rest of his life in jail. Or turn Meech in and move on with your life. And so he pretty much doesn't have any choice right now in the matter, and it's messed up because he could end up dead too, either way, dead on the street or dead in jail, or give up his boy Meech. Dude even told him, I want Meech. Now I don't know why he got a hard on for Meech so bad. Meech ain't even messing with him. He don't really have a reason to have that hard on for Meech unless he think Meech killed his partner. But why would he think that? He even told Meech in other episode, I know you ain't stupid enough to do that. So why would he
care? Why would he care if Meech killed his partner? He didn't like the partner anyway.
That's true. That is true. And it should be no reason that he's going so hard for Meech right now. He should let bygones be bygones. He done working with Meech. Meech ain't messing with him. Why is he sweating Meech? Why he want to take what he think if he do that, then his boss is gonna look at him favorably and be like, you know what, you ain't a snitch, you a good copper. Come here, Coach Copper. You already got that big ass head. We gonna call you headquarters. Come on over here. Come here. We trust you. Like, what the hell? There's no point in that. So I don't know why he's sweating Meech like that.
Do you think he might have doubled back with Pat? Maybe. Because I know Pat hasn't come back, but everybody keeps mentioning his name. Like they.
Well, Nita, we'll go ahead and go to you. I was gonna pose my question next.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna pose the question next of J Mo feels like he's gonna have B Mickey gonna have to snitch. So I was gonna shake up the cage, so to speak, and say, what if an alliance can be made between B Mickey and Pat, possibly Meech, to just simply take out Coach Cop?
Now that's interesting, but I don't see what would that benefit Pat, or is it just like smoothing things over? And
it could be a couple things. It could be a smooth over process. It can be a way because there's already heat on the BMF crew. So if the BMF crew can all be accounted for when Coach Cop dies, who did it? Nobody knows. All the crew was in the record store. B Mickey, Meech, everybody was in the record store. And that way you have Pat have somebody handle that business for you, and they don't see that coming. Because right now them streets is hot. That chick has a hard on for the Black Mafia family, and she ain't letting up. So if something was to happen to Coach Cop, and she already in her mind has some thoughts that he's got something to do with Meech, that's probably the first place she's going to go looking. But if you have Meech and his crew in a place where there's surveillance and everybody can be accounted for when Coach Cop dies, that can be the link to Pat.
Someone in the comments made a good point.
Go ahead.
And I don't think they're gonna be done. I think it's gonna go for 6 seasons.
Yeah, I do too. Easy.
Yeah.
They had a good run while they was on the streets.
Yeah, thank God.
15 years.
They had a long run.
Okay.
I've been working on the true story of BMF. I'm about 80% done, so I should have it done by tonight or tomorrow, hopefully. I'm not covering the whole 15-year span, though.
Right.
Yeah, that's a long span.
Yeah, but. I mean, and they've got material that they can pull from those 15 years. I mean, you literally could do when Meech got locked up, because there's even more drama to happen even after Meech got locked up that they could do.
Right.
So I mean, literally, 6 seasons is easy. Easy 6 seasons, and not only
and
6
they made
seasons,
a lot of money.
Right.
They could do a book 2 on that.
Right. Hey, because we still waiting to see Raising Lamar. That's what we're waiting to see.
Raising Lamar from the dead.
He ain't dead. I'm telling y'all.
I don't think he's dead either.
I don't think he is
dead. I don't think he's gonna go back to the morgue and get hooked up. I think they probably took him straight to the hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You heard the sirens.
Right. So Moochie, I'm gonna come to you with this one, Moochie.
I definitely agree with that one. Yeah.
Look, Moochie, here we go. We had a nice debate when you wasn't here, Moochie. A lot of people were saying they should take the 25 G's back then because that was a lot of bit of money back then. It was decent. And I was steadfast like, hell no. I know we need to lay low, all that good stuff. And Moochie, I get my coins today. They're going to pay them 150 G's after they take out fees, taxes, and this other bull job from 235.
And the attorney's fees, right?
Moochie, are you comfortable with this, or do you think they should have held out for more?
Nah, I think they was good with this because they had they could have got even if they got more, the lawyer's still gonna take her cut in the taxes. I don't know why they had to pay taxes on that. But I feel like I feel like they was good with what they got. They might have been at the the doctor had alcohol on his breath, they could have got more.
And you had
I'm
a
gonna be honest
witness.
with you.
And you
you
had
have
a witness.
They could have got
a
more.
disgruntled witness.
But the father, they never seen that type of money where they could get it legally, and he's just open off of that.
Right, exactly. And I mentioned that because this father's never been in a professional setting, and you get to get this kind of money up front. Of course he's gonna take this, and he's already got he's already got a vision of how he wants to spend the money. So J Mo, ain't it some bull job that they try to tie up this man? They try to tie up Terry's money till he's 18. He basically can make decisions right now. He's at least 16 because he's driving a car. He's at the very least he's 16. So talk a little bit about this scene, Jay, and are you comfortable with the amount of money they're getting?
The money amount wasn't too bad considering what they waiting on and stuff. And actually, I don't think the 18 was that bad for 2 years because in a way it's protecting him from what we saw happening. His greasy ass daddy talking about it's my money and I'm about to invest it in some raggedy ass cars and he don't deserve it. Terry wouldn't see that money if they did that. You know what I'm saying? So, and even the mama tried to tell him that's your son's money. He talking about didn't deserve it. He got shot in the face.
Right. He trifling.
He got right. You go get shot in the eye. Yeah. So I agree that they should have waited and made it that way. Otherwise, his damn daddy would have ruined the damn money and tried to convince him and take him there to go look at the cars, talking about selling the business. He's selling it because it ain't worth a damn. You know what I mean? You could have bought some cars and started doing the damn driving service, and they talking about $600 a week. You know, man, that ain't nothing. Now, if it was time 4 cars, even then, you know, that still ain't nothing but $2,400. And you know, if you do that a month, then you looking at what, 10 grand in a year, 120,000. Now you got to pay taxes, insurance, employees. They'd be lucky, and you got to split it with your damn daddy and everybody. You'd be lucky if you get 30 grand a year.
No, they said that the profit was the 125. So the 65 a day was after everybody got paid and all the businesses were handled. I mean, during the late 80s, 125K a year was a lot of money during the late 80s. If you thought 25K was a lot of money, you got to think 125 in a year for somebody black is a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, 100 grand a year is a lot of money right now, really, to be honest with you. So
yeah, that's true.
Most people don't make 100 grand a year right now. That's a good amount. I'll be honest, I ain't never made 100 grand a year on no salary or nothing. I would like to.
What?
You know,
with all the acting roles and stuff you done did, you ain't crossed that threshold yet.
You know how they do, black people.
I'm struggling out here, man. It's hard out here for a pimp, man.
Yeah, Nita got a point though. Nita got a point, especially in social media, especially in social media.
Right.
Yeah, man. That's why I need y'all. Make sure y'all come through and subscribe. Help a brother out. No,
Nita, what do you think about it? I think we already know what you think, but what do you think about it?
Right. You already know. Trash. I cannot believe he was acting like that. I was like, man. What? I mean, he totally tail tucked, apologized, skinning and grinning, thinking, you know, this is his money. Like, I was just like, you making plans with this boy's money, and then had the nerve to say out his mouth, they don't deserve it. I said, what in the world?
That part really took me for a loop.
That pissed me off right there, man. And even if you want to talk about the drug game, that money's still tied to it. What you think they shot up in the face for?
Same exact thing, right?
Yeah.
So you might as well go ahead and get in bed and let Terry and Meech take care of y'all. How about that?
Right. Right.
Well, eventually he's going to give in, I think.
In real life.
If in real life, eventually he gives in. I want to see how they play this angle. If
I do too.
I want to see how it's done. I want to see how he gives in. And I just want to see that process.
Right. Good point, y'all. Now, in the video I did yesterday, I said that this individual is going to be a problem for Meech, and I'm talking about Saint, better known as DC Young Fly. Now, I had jokes on DC Young Fly, and I've seen DC Young Fly in Greensboro a couple of times. Dude is funny comedian. He's funny.
He lived there, or he was there performing?
But he was performing at the Coliseum. Coliseum. And he had jokes on everybody. So, of course, you know, your boy got to come through with his own jokes. I say it looked like if Tay Diggs and Logan Paul was the butt for the output. The output
is a nightmare.
The output was Saint. That's what it was. But anyway, Saint was acting hard, and Meech was just trying to get to who his superior was. He eventually does get to his superior, and the superior tells Meech, I'm not doing business with you. But at the end, did y'all hear when Meech said, I'm giving product to Saint? Mm-hmm. That's going to be a problem. And I'll let you start with that one. Let's see. Nita, you go first.
First of all, let me just say that he was funny. It was like he was not trying to be funny, but he was funny at the same time. Mm-hmm. I was cracking up. Yeah,
he did good. He nailed it.
And also the other comedian, shout out to Donnell Rollins. He did a great job.
We gonna get to him. we gonna get to him in there with watching your dead bodies ain't safe, people. We gonna get to him.
No. Okay, so yeah. So he was funny. I kind of like the scene, but yes, I did see that he said he gave the product to him, but I didn't understand why would they show that off camera? Why wouldn't they? That's what I said about this show. That's why I really couldn't give it like the highest score that I wanted to give it, because it kind of keeps you in the dark too much and keep you trying to guess and figure out what the hell is going on.
I think that was for a setup for next year, Nita. I mean, they wanted us to know that was going on. They clearly wanted us to know because they said it pretty loud. So I'm assuming this is just a setup for us to think of all the different ways you can get in trouble next year, because his boss told him, Meech, I ain't dealing with you. But furthermore, he said, stay in your lane. That's what his boss said. Yeah, and Meech already in the fast lane already.
Right.
And then you in the fast lane with someone who's a hothead. Bruh, Meech.
Reckless. You know, Meech got that silver tongue. He got the gift of gab, but he is flawed for real because he just does not move right sometimes. I think he's a thinker, but I don't think that he is a realist, like thinking like under real circumstances, how would this play out? Like, you know, I just don't think that he really encompasses, you know, disrespect and how, you know, he's always been like, you know, so bold with his presentation, like he doesn't consider other pieces on the board.
But that's what he got Terry for. I mean, that's why I said Terry is kind of the yin to the yang. Right. But the problem is a lot of these situations, the brothers are apart when they get caught up in conflict. Right. Jump on in there, Moochie.
I feel like with this new character, this was just the introduction of him. Right. So now we're gonna see how this go, if they make nice with doing their business, or if it goes sideways. We already know that, like I said before, Meech is flamboyant, cocky, confident, and he's selfish. He's even selfish with it as far as his own crew. So we're gonna see how far this goes.
Wait a minute, you said Meech is selfish with his own crew?
Yeah, like
I thought he was very generous. Like,
no, I don't mean that way. I'm talking about he's generous as far as
he got a one-track mind, like that.
But he got a one-track mind. If it's not in his agenda, he don't care about your feelings. He don't care about how it affects you. He don't care about how it affects him.
Oh, I got you.
As long as it's getting to what he gonna get. He's just gonna do what he gotta do.
Yeah, that was speaking to my point too. Yeah, right. Okay, I just said it, but you just said it a little different. So
yeah, I feel like the only person that brings him back down to earth is his brother.
Right.
And now I feel like they're gonna branch off. I feel like Terry gonna do his own thing with this lady, but I don't know how that's gonna go. I feel like he's gonna get sucked back in because he's gonna do business with this woman.
She's not gonna let him out.
Like she's not. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna do business kind of with this woman, and they gonna start messing around.
Yeah, the same thing.
That's what I see going on.
Yeah, when you're sitting up there depending on this money from somebody and stuff like that, it's hard to get from underneath somebody's thumb once they got you. I don't think that's underneath
more than her thumb.
And it's right, and especially if you start dropping the deal,
you're gonna be underneath more than your thumb,
y'all. Really be a problem.
Right, like you know, a wise person once told me, "You don't poop where you eat," and you definitely don't be dibba-dabbling with people at your workplace, or if you're a business owner, subordinates within your business, because ultimately we're all human and we're gonna all have differences in life. And it comes down to can you get over the differences without it hurting the things that are business? And it's gonna be a wild ride. J-Mo, how you feel about DC Young Fly and what role he's gonna play going forward next year? He's gonna be a problem.
Oh yeah, definitely. And before I talk about that, you said you don't poop where you eat, man. He ain't pooped, he sharted. So he just sharted over there. You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna be a problem. But DC actually did a good job, man, because normally his acting is so damn goofy. I'd be like, man, this dude horrible, man. Even with that what was it, with that comedy with Cat Williams and Jay Farrow and that, you know what I mean? What was that comic movie or whatever? Anyway, I was like, man,
I think it was 15 Minutes of Fame or something like that.
Yeah. 5
he
minutes.
Was good on Soul Train though.
Yeah, he was decent on Soul Train.
He played Sly.
I ain't seen Soul Train.
I ain't watched all that. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
Damn! I didn't know they made. It's a TV show, Soul Train.
Yeah, he played Sly.
Damn, I'm asleep on that one. I missed that.
I heard it was pretty good.
He did a good job too.
Yeah, Don Cornelius, boy, that's the man. But you know, I think he did a good job on this. He did such a good job. Actually, I had to double take a couple times. Like, is that him?
He did too good of a job.
He did a good job, man. He really did, and he definitely gonna be a problem. But I don't think so much so, because Meech, man, it shows right here that if he'd have been in the right situation, he could have probably been the next Obama, the first Obama, some type of hell of a politician, because he went in there confident. It could have got ugly in the shootout, and he ended up talking dude into taking him. Like, man, imagine if your boss knew this and that, and you end up telling me no, you know. And so he basically knew what to say, got his way in there, and it's showing the beginnings of how Meech created the network. Because if you all know a little bit about their story, they has networked in multiple states from the Midwest, the East, and the West Coast. And it's showing how Meech kind of was able to talk people into different stuff and network with people. And it's just a shame that he was in the drug game, because if he would have been in some type of legal business, ain't no telling what type of deals and things he could have put together, whether it been politics or, you know, corporate or whatever. You know, he might have been able to make something happen in a positive way. Who knows? But
true. You know, yeah, but the legal gig is hard, bro. The legal gig is hard.
The dope game is too, though.
It's easier to get started in that than it is to get to a point where you can make millions in the legal game.
Yeah, that's true. It's easier to get started. It's easier to get started, but harder to stay successful.
Yeah, great point. That's a good point.
Yeah. Because you got to go to school, you got to get degrees and all of that, and then once you get that, then you can get started. Whereas this, you can get started like they was kids, and you know what I mean, just start working their way up. But with the cops and killers and all this in between, it's hard to make it. Like 15-year run is like almost unprecedented for especially black, and big as they got and the amount of money that they made. Like they said, they made upwards of around 270 million, which is a lot of money in the dope game, especially. And, especially for 15 years, that's like shoot a 30-year career in any other job in the dope game. So,
Got that right. Yeah, they poured it out, man. So good point, J Mo. Moochie, it's your turn to go first, Moochie.
All right.
This is what y'all just got finished talking about. God almighty. So we had another comedian show up to help fix Lamar. And do y'all see that little thing in the corner right there? Let me just say that little thing in the lower left-hand corner, that is not a chocolate chip. That's all I'm going to say. That is not a chip. It might be to my man, the mortician, but Lamar comes here, gets patched up. Next thing I know, Lamar's gone. Meech come in, kicking the door, waving the fofo, pick on my man and his freaky little addiction. But here's my question to you, Moochie. Would you rather have someone who's addicted to screwing dead bodies, crazy like that, or would you rather be dealing with a Lamar who kills kids, beats women, in the drug game, killing people? Which crazy you want, Moochie?
He only messing with the dead bodies. Look, he not messing with people that's alive.
Listen.
Right. Exactly.
He not right. I know it's weird.
You don't know what you might catch with that.
This whole scene was funny. When he was mending Lamar up, and he was like, "You got some pain medicine?" He was like, "Do I look like I have pain medicine?" Then he was like, "Raise your hand if you need some pain medicine."
I thought that was so funny.
Yo, he was funny through this whole thing, and then he was like, "You don't cover them up?" And he was like, "Nah, that's my eye candy." Like, he from the jump what it was. Nah,
Moochie, is there any way that those bodies can produce lubrication? I know they still have rigor mortis.
He probably got some KY right in one of them drawers over there somewhere.
Right. That's what I was getting to. KY.
He got some KY. He gonna lube it all up.
Oh my God.
More like just Y. Forget the K, just Y.
Oh my God.
No. Forget the K.
Lube it all up and stick it.
I need a real woman. I need somebody to talk, move, do something. That's gross. Right. Part of the pleasure is the warmth. He getting up inside a cold. He like sticking his ding ding in the fridge up in here, man.
J-Mo, you heard of the cornhole. My man got a refrigerator hole. That's what he's doing.
He might as well use his hand or something, man. You up here putting all the lube, squirt a whole bottle of slip and slide up in there, man. What's wrong with you, man? On top of them on the table, just laying there staring. Man, I had nightmares. This dude nasty.
Disgusting, but he might use him later.
Golly. I only feel better about looking at the titties because I know she an actor and she wasn't really dead. If she was really dead, man, get them dead ass titties out of here. They done fell to the side and all hard and lumpy. Ugh. Want no cold titties.
Need to jump on in there, man. This dude's stupid, man.
I told you, I enjoyed both of the comedians in this episode. Donnell Rawlings, I already gave him a shout out. He was hilarious. And yes, I would prefer him to do it to dead people. Because like you said, does anybody need pain medication? Does anybody need therapy? No.
So, you know. Well, let's just hope Kato body don't go there.
He do.
Right.
Oh no.
Oh, we gonna have a
right.
Kato.
Gross.
Yeah. I mean, he really got Moochie. Is he really gonna stick his penis in Kato bottom hole or the hole in her head?
He probably gonna lick the titties like how he was getting ready to do that with the other one.
Moochie got a hole in it though.
Moochie got a hole in the head.
Moochie, Kato got a chest like Little Bow Wow.
Look, I guess he gonna stick it then.
God Almighty, Lord, man.
That's
You
gross.
see, this is why y'all come here on Monday, because y'all want to get in trouble. y'all just, I'm moving along. Y'all just want to get people in trouble on this show. Lord, and Moochie do it so slick. Because she's sad, she don't smile, then she go sip on her little damn juice. Moochie do it.
Yep,
I'm
on
on to you,
juice.
Moochie. I'm on to you, Moochie. Here we go. Now, in the beginning of this episode, we had Lamar showing up, meeting up with Kato. At this point in time, Kato is pretending like she's got a plan to help get meat. And Lamar see right through it. But the real plan was, I'm going to have my boy toy pull up behind Lamar in this sweet Mustang, 1975 Mustang joint. And so they give chase to Lamar, but the police came and scooped him up. J-Mo, you get to take this one first.
Yeah, man. This dude, you see that car, the bumper, the Mustang bumper is hanging to the side. Old school, that ain't a Mustang. It's a musty thing he up in, man. He ain't taking that rolling in the musty thing over here. And how the hell Lamar don't notice that there's somebody, they the only two cars on the street. The police pull him over. Lamar just didn't even realize who it was or what was going down. He just kept it moving. But that plan was stupid anyway, man. Unless he was gonna do a drive-by on Lamar, what he thought he was gonna be able to what? Pull behind him or something like that plan. They should have had him run up on Lamar while he was standing on the porch talking to her.
Yeah, man. Right.
He wasn't expecting that. You know, he was already leaning had the shoulder lean on the side, shoulder lean. He could have popped his ass off real quick and he wouldn't have known what happened. You know, bag him up, throw him in the trunk.
Exactly.
You know.
Good point.
And this dude, Suburbia Jones, said, I can't have it both ways. The father was trying to start a limo service. I said it was a bad idea. What you mean both ways? I mean, the limo service a bad idea, buying them old ass cars and trying to make it work with that. They got enough. They could have started their own thing, or, you know, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I like the idea, but I just don't like the dad trying to be the maestro in the situation. I'd much rather him allow Terry to be like, you know, Dad, this is something I think we should do. And then do you want to go from there? But then you could take the tack of this too. Well, you can't take that tack because Terry's already a businessman. I would say that, you know, kids don't know nothing about business, blah, 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 but the daddy don't either. And at this point, if I had to trust the two, who's a better businessman?
The businessman.
It's Terry.
Yeah. Look how quick he added up how much they would make in a year.
Real fast.
That was just like regular, like it's off the top of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like he's a calculator. I mean, dude just spitting the numbers out, man. It was like, phew. Anita, you got anything you want to say about the opening scene with Kato, Lamar, her boy toy, and the beat up Mustang? That is really a nice Mustang. If you've never seen one in real life, this is a classic Mustang, by the way. Chasing Lamar in an LTD.
I don't have too much to say about it. I you know, that was, I guess this was their attempt to try to do it on their own and not include. So you see how that went. It was a bust.
Yeah. It ain't go too hot, did it?
It was a bust.
And so that leads us to this. So during that scene, the police start busting everybody. And I got a little upset. Like when the police come and arrest you in some places, they do it on purpose to send a message. You really don't have to arrest Terry in school. Really, you could have waited till he got home, but you came there to send a message. Then Coach Cop happens to have the nerve to show up at Meech's baby mama's house, cause a ruckus, and gets so bold with his, he tell her to shut up and go in the house. And her ass turned around, went in the house too. Like,
right.
She wasn't.
I ain't going down there with you, boo.
She pulled the depot. I go in the house, but when Coach Copper leave, I come back out.
She went in the house, and then they get to the interrogation, and Meech was just having a good time with old Fed bitch. And the real conversation happened in the jail cell because they was wondering what was up with Kato. And then they see Kato gets arrested. Nita, take it away anywhere you want to discuss anything that happened in this sequence.
Anyway, I want to discuss it. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't expect anything different. They already knew the crew that the guy was going after. There was a cop that died. You know they was going to hit the streets hard. It's a message, just like you said. Just like and Raising Canaan, just like when that guy got shot, Omar Epps, they wreaked havoc on the city. That's just the protocol. So I didn't see anything different about, oh yes, this episode, this particular scene where she was talking to Meech, I did not like it. I did not like it one bit. She was talking about putting the baby back into jail and putting her back on the question seat. I was like, Miss Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to calm down. I'm gonna need you to calm it down. Like, she was just doing way
and Nita,
too much.
Remember, this is the same Fed bitch. So now y'all can give me props for calling her the Fed. Some of y'all was all in my throat. I had to explain, when I pick on people, I'm not talking about the real human. I'm talking about their character on these shows. Yeah, the Fed bitch. So Nita, remember, this same Fed bitch is the one that was sprinkling that stuff into Darius Obama's mama head, having her come at the funeral, popping off about, well, she done told me that Nikki know everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, get her, Nita, get her.
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah, she's unethical. I won't say that she's dirty. She's not dirty. She's not a dirty cop. She's an unethical cop. She does things that
isn't that dirty? Isn't unethical dirty?
Yes.
Yeah. If you're unethical, you're dirty.
What she did.
Dirty means working on the wrong side to me. Like, when I talk about dirty cops. But
if you're unethical to me, you're on the wrong side. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. All right.
So when people have power, they try to push it in however they can get it, and they'll go and push the boundaries as far as they can kind of take it. And I feel like she's one of those type people. Now there is a line when you start to cross into dirty. When you start being the other side, you're on this side, but you're working for the other side, like Coach Cop, then we have a problem. That's a dirty cop.
He real dirty. I guess we'll just say she light dirty, because to me it's all dirty. I mean, it ain't no different between a white lie and a full-blown lie in my world. I mean, you lie, damn it.
I'll take it.
Right.
Yeah, so
Coach
jump on
Copp's
in there,
so
J-Mo.
dirty. Coach Copp's so dirty, he muddy over here. He needs to get in the bath real quick, man. It's dirty, man. He over here dripping mud over here, man. But
yeah, man.
Oh, is that why they call him heads? Oh my
Coach
God.
Cop, I wanted to bring it up. Somebody mentioned it in the chat about him testing B Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he testing him for Meech to see how loyal he gonna be, since this all happened and he waited so late to tell him?
That's a good point.
I don't know. We'll see.
Somebody made a good point with that.
We'll see. Because, I mean, like I said, this was a cliffhanger they left us on, Moochie. They left this cliffhanger on purpose so that we could be having this debate till next year. Jump in there, J-Mo. Where you want to go? Fed B, Kato coming to jail. They are arresting Terry in school. Where you want to go?
Man, Coach Cop, man. I think that they're gonna try to. They didn't explain why he got the hard on for Meech, man. He was a little pissed that Meech wouldn't help him figure out who killed his partner, but that don't explain why he want to put Meech in jail. Like, if anything, he should be relaxing now because the partner is gone, and that's he didn't even like the partner. The partner was trying to put your ass in jail. Now you ready to go and defend his honor and put Meech in jail. You broke up the relationship with Meech. Meech did help you one last time by making sure that witness left. Y'all even. What's the problem?
Right. That's what I said. It gotta be Pat. Maybe he linked back up with him. That's the only other option.
The way he talked to Pat, I don't think it's that either. I think he got some type of inner vendetta problem or something going on in his head. and maybe he, having a problem looking himself in the mirror, so he want to blame it on Meech because he was dirty, he was filthy. Now he want to try to clean up his rep, and he think by putting Meech in jail, he gonna be able to do it. And I think that he tripping right now, man. And I don't know, man. I'll be interested to see how far he go with that next season. I think he need to chill his ass out though. His head already on swole, man. He been bust a membrane or something up in his piece, man.
Moochie, what you got to
he's
say,
on a
Moochie?
power trip, and he's just trying to get at Meech to let him know who's boss.
Yeah, especially since that
thing
cop
when they left
lady.
the police station when they was all like clowning him.
Yeah, that was funny to me. I enjoyed every minute of them clowning Coach Cop as he over there smugly smoking his damn cigarette. Who the fuck smokes cigarettes with their hand like this? I don't see nobody doing that no more. Nobody do that.
I noticed this. I noticed we gave him that middle finger, but I ain't noticed him smoke.
I noticed the middle finger.
And, all right, I'm gonna get y'all out of here on this right here. The show ended with Terry and Meech basically splitting up. All right. And then they show Big Meech in jail around 2005. And I'll come to you first on this one, Moochie. Talk about how did you feel emotionally when these two were splitting and Terry just kept walking away saying he wanted to do a legal gig?
I feel like it was a good move for Terry because with Meech, it's getting too much. He's doing too much. He putting down the murder game too much. Terry want to step away from that. He want to make money, but he don't want to do no murders. And remember, I said Meech had to get his hands dirty.
You did.
I didn't know he was. I felt like it was time for him to get his hands dirty. But you know how somebody get open off for killing somebody? He seemed like he's comfortable. He seems like he's gonna get very comfortable with doing it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well said. Anita, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback right off of Moochie because as you can see, all throughout the season, Terry has been the only one that has been conflicted in his values and his morals. And you have not seen Meech display any of that. And the thing about Meech, like even when they did that to the dude, when Pat smacked the dude and Meech, I mean he had a reaction, but he was cool with it. Terry is the one that kept replaying it in his mind and kept being conflicted, kept seeing his son in the place, and he was haunted. Like he is truly conflicted. And I think maybe that's why the parents are like trying to hang on to him so tough, because it was like, I know he got a conscience. I know he got some kind of values and morals about him. Like
she preaching, y'all. She preaching.
And then I think maybe the last straw was Lawanda walking out with the baby saying that she needs some time. That put things maybe in some different type of perspective, because he totally did a 180. He totally just kind of like, I was like, what? And we just did this with Big L, and then next thing you know, he was like, well, you got to connect. And he was like, that's not my problem no more. I was like, what is going on? I'm like, am I in the Twilight Zone? I was like, how is this going to work? I'm like, this is not going to be able to, he's not going to be able to sustain it. But I think this is him trying to put his foot down with his brother to let him know that I have boundaries. Like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they can get back together and Terry plays his role and Meech do his role, and we just have like a happy medium. I'm just hoping. But I was heartbroken.
J-Mo, you get the last word on this one. Well said, Nita. I felt like we were having church up in here. Nita doing a better job than Pastor Snoop.
Right, pass the blunt.
So you, Jay. By the way, we got 210. Can we get 210 likes? Share our content. Help us grow. Everybody got a YouTube. Links in description. Last word go to J-Mo.
Yeah, I definitely don't think Terry gonna stay out the game longer than a week or two. Like me said, that ain't no real money. You ain't gonna get used to that. Daddy gonna be trying to dip in the money and dip in the stash, trying to make something work. And you know, I think that he gonna get realized, damn, all this money, yeah, it's good for a square, but I've been making millions. You know, well, they wasn't making millions yet, but he making hundreds of thousands already, and it didn't take him a year. And you know, he gonna think, man, this ain't enough. And I think that he is gonna probably keep the car thing going, but he gonna use it as a front, like Meech was saying.
Right.
And they're gonna, you know, get back in the business with making the money and with the dope game. And you know, I think that was you know, something that Meech was telling him, like, you know, I'm your brother, you're gonna turn your back on me. And Terry look up to him, and they've been into everything together. And Meech, man, we already seen Meech with that silver tongue be able to convince everybody whatever he wanted to happen. And although Terry does like making that money, and it's not just he got convinced by Meech, I think Meech gonna wear him down, and he is gonna go back into the game, you know.
Right. Well said, J-Mo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude it for us. But don't be alarmed. The party still continues down there in J-Mo's channel. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, you might as well go and subscribe. And be sure to check me out on the Life Game Financial channel. I'll be dropping some videos tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thanksgiving, helping you guys get those finances right, understanding the stocks, understanding real estate, and also how to save some more money so that you can invest it. And we'll be back tonight with another crew to talk a little bit about that Power Book 2 Ghost. We'll be live at 9 p.m. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, get that life game. Go join J-Mo. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.